So in AC, there is one topic called as transformer, which is very important. And last year, 2024, there was one question which was asked from transformer. Okay. So what is the meaning of a transformer? We shall discuss about what is the meaning of a transformer. See, a transformer is a device which will transfer power. Okay, a transformer is a device which will transfer power. Okay, so how the transformer is constructed? Let me discuss about that. How the transformer is constructed. See here. So this is a basic diagram of a transformer, in which you can see this is said to be soft iron core. This is said to be soft iron core. See, these are made up of soft iron. These are plates. See, these type of plates kept one above the other, and they have been sealed. These type of plates kept one above the other, and they have been sealed. Sealed in such a way that why there is a gap between the plates. You can see the plates, there is gap is there, That gap is left so that the flux can travel through this gap. The flux can enter in this gap here, isn't it? The flux can enter. See, primary coil, secondary coil. So what is the complete picture of this transformer? A transformer consists of soft iron rectangular shaped plates in which there is a gap between. Okay. Next, after that, it is having two things here. One is said to be primary coil. This is the primary coil, and this is said to be the secondary coil. So primary coil is said to be the secondary coil. So primary and secondary coils are there. And what is the principle behind the transformer? What is the principle behind the transformer? The principle behind the transformer is mutual induction. The principle behind the transformer is mutual induction. What is the meaning of mutual induction? We have already discussed about mutual inductance. Induction in the chapter called as electromagnetic induction. Mutual induction means what? See here, there is a primary coil in which current passes, and this primary coil is connected to AC supply. This is AC, primary supply to AC supply. So whenever the current in the primary coil changes, the EMF produced in the primary coil just links with the secondary coil. The EMF produced in the primary coil just links with the secondary coil, and this enters into the core. So whenever the current in the primary coil changes, EMF is linked with the secondary coil. This is said to be mutual induction. Inducing flux in the secondary coil due to change in the current in the primary coil is said to be mutual induction. Whenever there is a change in the current in one coil and change in the flux in the same coil, that is said to be self-inductance. Whenever there is a change in the current in the primary coil and the EMF is produced in the primary coil which links with the secondary coil, because of which EMF is produced in the second coil here. Understand? And what is it said to be? Mutual inductions. Mutual induction. What is the use of a transformer here? What is the use of a transformer? See, transformer, what is it used? And let me tell you what is the transformer doing. First of all, so if you consider this is a transformer here, having primary coil and secondary coil. Okay? Primary coil is connected to AC. Understand? AC. Why do we use transformers? Transformers, why do we use? There are two types of transformers. One is said to be step-up transformer. Another is step-down transformer. Step down transformer. See, step up transformer is used at the power generation. Wherever there is a power generated, there we use step up transformer. Wherever we receive the power receiving, we use step down transformer. For example, let us take one powerhouse is there, one dam is there. Their power is generated when the water falls from certain height. Turbines will rotate, and which is connected to generator. Generator produces AC here. Understand? See, this AC current we cannot transfer directly. For example, let us imagine that there is one project like Gajuldina project is there. Their power is generated. Once the power is generated, we cannot transfer the power directly here. Why? Because power means what? Power is a product of voltage and current. What is power actually? Power is a product of voltage and current. For example, let us imagine 20 volts and 100 amperes of current is produced. 20 volts and 100 amperes of current is produced at the primary coil. When you transfer this power here voltage is 20 volts and current is said to be 100 amperes. If this is transferred directly from powerhouse to some other place, what happens? The current is there, no? What is the meaning of voltage and current? Voltage is nothing but charges at rest. Current is nothing but charges in motion. Okay? So this is said to be low voltage, high current. What is said to be? Low voltage, high current. See, when low voltage, high current is applied to the primary, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? Transformer converts low voltage, high current to high voltage, low current. Why? See, when you transfer the current, power loss takes place. Power will get lost. I'll give one beautiful example. For example, daily morning breakfast, afternoon lunch. You eat 6 chapatis. Let us imagine. In house you eat 4 chapatis, and in carrier, in tiffin box you take 2 chapatis. And from house to college 5 kilometers you are riding a bicycle and coming. खा रहे 4 चपातियाँ खा रहे 2 रख लेके आ रहे चला रहे ना साइकिल. When you ride a bicycle, you get digested. चपातियाँ हजम हो जाती, भूख लगती. 2 चपातियाँ दोपहर में मिल रही, भूख की शुद्धता फुल रहती, आके एक उठ आप मत जाना. Only 2 chapatis are left. What is going to happen? You can't tolerate. Your hunger will not be satisfied. क्यों? 4 चपातियाँ खा लिए ना, साइकिल चलाए, हजम हो गया. इसके बदले में तुम्हें क्या करना था? 2 चपातियाँ खा लेके 4 चपातियाँ टिफिन में रख ले आना था. 2 you eat and 4 you keep in tiffin box. 2 if you eat digested. 4 are left after doing physical exercise. 4 chapatis are left. After coming to the college, you eat 2 chapatis in breakfast, 2 in lunch, fully satisfied. How is it this process? Is it benefited or not? तो 4 चपातियाँ खा ले को साइकिल चलाने में ज़्यादा एनर्जी वेस्ट हो रही, तुम्हारे चपाती खाए से बड़ी हजम हो जा रही. इसके बदले में कम खा के ज़्यादा तोशा रख ले तो क्या होता? You can satisfy your hunger. Transformer will do same only. Eating chapatis are nothing but current, and keeping in tiffin box is nothing but voltage. समझ में आ रहा? तो कम रख ले के ज़्यादा खाने से अच्छा है ज़्यादा रख ले को कम खाना. High voltage. Okay, so what does it do? 100 volts and 10 amperes of current. Anyhow, power is same here also. Here also 2000. Here also power means V into I. It is also 100 into 20, na? 100 into 20. This is also 2000. Okay. Power input, power output. Both are same. Power input, power output. Both are same. Do you understand what I am saying? Power is same here. But what the transformer will do? It converts low voltage high currents to high voltage low currents. Where? At step up transformer. But when you are receiving, this is taking place in the power stations. Now, at the houses, what will you do? At the houses, what will you do? This is said to be step-down transformer. It is said to be step-down transformer. Primary coil is more. Primary coil is having more turns. Secondary coil is having less turns. This is a symbol of a transformer. Again and again, you need not draw that core, everything. If you draw this symbol, you can understand. See, this is said to be N primary. This is said to be N secondary. If N primary is greater than N secondary, this is said to be step down. When N primary is less than N secondary, this is said to be step up. Step up. Step down transformer, what will you do? We don't want voltage, we want current. No, हमको क्या चाहिए? घरों के पास करंट होना. मैं क्या करूँ लेके? क्या है वो? 100 volts और 10 amperes मेरे को बस नहीं होते भाई. मेरे को बस 20 amperes ये मेरे को बस नहीं होते. ये स्टेप डाउन ट्रांसफार्मर क्या करता? 100 volts को 100 amperes में कन्वर्ट करता. 20 amperes को 20 volts में कन्वर्ट करके देता. That I want now. I want current in the house. And what will you do with the voltage? Current or supply maybe. Understood? Step down transformer will do that one. Step down means voltage will be down. Step up means voltage will be up. Q. Current when you send, what happens? Power loss. Current भेजे तो power loss. खा के चले तो power loss नहीं. Energy waste नहीं. समझ में आ रही बात? This is a work of a transformer. Okay, so N primary, N secondary. Now let me discuss what is the concept behind this transformer. Concept क्या है? You all know EMF is nothing but d phi by dt. Rate of change of flux takes place. I told you when you take a coil. Whenever you take to and fro, rate of change of flux will change. Rate of change of flux takes place, because of which here EMF is produced in the coil, and that is said to be negative. And you should know one thing, that voltage is negative EMF. Voltage is nothing but opposite to EMF it is. So what is it going to happen now? V will become how much? Minus of minus will become plus here. So V is equal to how much? d phi by dt. What do you follow? d phi by dt. That is called as voltage. Understand? If number of turns is there, what will you do now here? If number of turns is there, we write n d phi by dt. Here we write V is equal to n d phi by dt. What do you follow? Achha, you get a doubt. Why voltage is negative of EMF? We both know. So this is a battery. Let us imagine this is a bulb. Okay, what is this? This is going to be the bulb here. This is positive and negative. Here, outside the battery, current flows from positive to negative. Inside the battery, current flows from negative to positive. अंदर क्या है? EMF. बाहर क्या है? Potential difference. अंदर नेगेटिव से पॉजिटिव को जा रहा है, बाहर क्या कर रहा है? पॉजिटिव से नेगेटिव को जा रहा है, इसलिए ये पॉजिटिव. अंदर नेगेटिव से पॉजिटिव को जा रहा है, नेगेटिव EMF एंड वोल्टेज इज सेम. अंदर से बाहर जाना, बाहर से अंदर आना, सेम थिंग हैपेंस हियर. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर? इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर वी यूज इन द हाउस टू पंप द वाटर फ्रॉम ग्राउंड लेवल टू सिंटेक्स टैंक. उसके लिए इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर होना. बट फ्रॉम टॉप मोस्ट syntax tanks to again you have to transfer to the all parts of your house. For that, what will you do? We need not require any motor, automatically it comes. Is it not a cyclic process? From ground level to syntax tank, so again house, ground level to syntax tank, so lower to higher, ground level to topmost, higher to again lower. The cyclic process. Is it okay? Okay. Now, if you take the primary coil and the secondary coil, this is a symbol of a transformer. Primary coil means NP, secondary coil means NS. What is E here? Sorry. What is V primary? V primary is nothing but N primary d phi by dt. And what is V secondary? Voltage at the secondary is nothing but N secondary d phi by dt. Understand what I mean? So V secondary by V primary is equal to how much? If you divide, this one is 1, this is 2. What is going to happen if you divide these two? V secondary by V primary is nothing but N secondary by N primary. Okay? Huh? What is left now? This is left here. Now, see, power input is equal to power output. Power input is equal to power output. What does it mean here? If there is no power loss, if it is an ideal transformer, if the transformer is ideal, there won't be any power loss. Whatever you do input, it produces at the output. So power input is power at the primary is equal to power at the secondary. So voltage at the primary, current at the primary is equal to voltage at the secondary, current at the secondary. Voltage at the primary, current at the primary, voltage at the secondary, current at the secondary. Power is a product of voltage and current. Understand what I mean? So this is about the power. Is it clear? Now, based on this, you can do all problems. Based on this concept, you can do any problem. Now just see here what is going to happen. Now just see this problem. What is going to happen? Let us see. Now just see. An ideal transformer having number of turns ratio. So this is N primary, N secondary. Okay, so N primary by N secondary is equal to 1:2. Means secondary is having larger turns. This is a step-up transformer. With this ratio, we can call it as a step-up transformer. बोल सकते हैं इसको? We can call it as a step-up transformer. Okay. Next, what he is asking? V secondary by V primary means what? Just now I told you. What is it? What is that I have told? What is that I have told just now? V secondary by V primary is equal to N secondary by N primary. बोला ना? d phi by dt is going to cancel. N secondary by N primary. Here N primary by N secondary is 1:2 means 2:1 or not? So answer is B option. So simple it is. Is it clear? Now let us go for the next case. Now just see what is going to happen. At 12 volts, okay, so this is a transformer. Okay, so 12 volts, 16 watts lamp is connected to the secondary. So what is here? Voltage is how much? 12 volts. And power is how much? 60 watts is connected to the secondary. And step down transformer. Whose primary is connected to AC voltage? Here how much? AC. Voltage primary is equal to 220 volts. Assuming that the transformer to be ideal. An ideal transformer means if there is no power loss. What is asking? Is asking current in the primary, I in the primary. So current in the primary is asking. So you all know ideal transformer means power at the primary will be equal to power at the secondary. So Vp Ip is equal to, need not write directly, power at the secondary is there 60. So I primary is equal to 60 by V primary. So 60 divided by 220. Am I right or not? Huh? 60 divided by 220, if you do, you will get 0.27. Understand or not? चाहे तो करके देख लो. 22 divided by 6. एक तो 0 है? क्या है B12 और 12?
First secondary.
Oh, yes. That is for time pass. When he has given directly power, why you use some extra data will be given just to confuse you. जरूरत नहीं है इसकी. Extra data is given just to confuse you. क्या जरूरत है तुम्हारे voltage की क्या जरूरत? डायरेक्ट यू गेट, ऐसा नहीं इसमें बहुत जगह देता है ऐसा एक्स्ट्रा डाटा, वो नॉट नेसेसरी. व्हेन यू हैव गॉट पावर डायरेक्टली, व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ करंट? Because he is asking power current at the primary, no? What is the current in the primary? If you ask current in the secondary, then what will you do? Power in the secondary is equal to voltage at the secondary and current at the secondary. Then current at the secondary is equal to power at the secondary by voltage at the secondary. 60 by 12 क्या हो रहा? 5 हो रहा. So what is that? Current. Current at the secondary will become 5 amperes. What is the use of that? इससे पहले क्या काम करने का? क्या है इसमें? What is the use of that? इससे कुछ काम नहीं. क्या जरूरत है? When power is there ready-made, then why you find out the current? It's time waste for us. Now let us go for the next question. There is a step-down transformer. Means what? This is a step-down. In which primary is 4, secondary is less. And AC is connected here. AC voltage. Mean voltage is made to operate. AC main supply 220 volts means primary, that is said to be primary. 220 volts is made to operate at 11 volts and 44 volts lamp. Okay, is made to operate. Operate lamp की तरह का secondary में रहता lamp. So what is that? Voltage at the secondary is 11 volts. Power at the secondary is 44 watts. Ignoring power loss in the transformer, what is the current in the primary circuit? Same क्या है? नहीं तो दूसरा. So here also power is given directly. Given or not?
Yes.
What is asking us to find out current in the primary? अब देखो primary current मालूम करना है. What are we going to do? See, power at the primary is equal to power at the secondary. Voltage at the primary, current at the primary is equal to power at the secondary. So how much? 44. This implies that current at the primary is equal to 44 by voltage at the primary. So voltage at the, what is this 44 by voltage at the primary? क्या है वो? 11 volts. हाँ? 4 is going to be the answer. क्या? 220 is no? Voltage at the primary. Okay. No, it's correct only, no. What do we want here? Voltage at the primary. Okay, sorry. So 44 divided by how much? 44 divided by 220. 11 fours, 11 twos, this one. 4 ones, 4 fives, 20. So 0.2. 0.2. Option. Clear? If you want, you can check it out. You can check it out. How? See, primary. What is the current at the primary? 0.2, no? Is it? If you multiply these two, you should get this much value. That's all. So 220 into 0.2 is how much? ये point चलेगा तो 0 चलेगा. 44 आया नहीं आया? That's it. Simple logic. Let us go for the next case. The primary of a transformer when connected to a DC battery. Here DC battery is telling. Draws a current of 1 milliampere. The number of turns in the primary and the secondary windings are 50 and 100. Okay, the voltage in the secondary and the current drawn by the circuit in the secondary are respectively what? देखो, यहाँ पर DC current कितना है? 10 volts. And power transformer doesn't work for DC. Transformer DC के लिए बनाई नहीं है. Transformer is just made for AC currents. That's it. So what's going to happen? Zero voltage. There is no current possible. अब करेंगे तो कोशिश रिएक्शन ऑप्शन आता. But basically ये एक जो DC बोलने का जो point है ना, उससे पूरा concept ही बदल जाता. We will not do the problem. So क्या करते हैं? हाउ लेवल बुक सब करते हैं. Primary power at the primary, power at the secondary, apply formula, you get some answer. That's wrong. Because transformer is an inductor, no? इधर एक inductor उधर एक inductor. Inductor does not allow AC. I told you. DC को allow नहीं करता हूँ. DC को accept नहीं करता तो transformer करता क्या उसको? There is no use of a transformer. Now let us go for the next one. Let us take one transformer. It's a transformer. A 220 volts at the input means voltage at the primary is how much?
220 volts.
220 volts. Okay, the output circuit draws a current of, output means secondary, kita 2 amperes. At 440 means voltage at the secondary is how much? 440 volts. The efficiency of a transformer is 80%. The current drawn in the primary windings of a transformer is how much? Current drawn in the primary is how much? How much? Yes. Very simple. What is there? 80%. देखो यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? Efficiency is 80%. Means what? This is not an ideal transformer. Whatever you give, only 80% it is giving. Whatever you give at the input, only 80% output you are getting. Means 20% power loss is there in a transformer. In general, in nature, there is no ideal transformer. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. You can't say so and so student is ideal student. बोल ही नहीं सकते किसी को ideal student बोल के. Ideal student बोले तो क्या? इसे perfect student, इससे गलती हो ही नहीं सकती. इसे ideal student. और ऐसा नहीं है. Can't hear. Any student you take, if he is very good at studies, हर एक में 100% marks आ रहा. घर का काम कुछ भी नहीं करता. He doesn't do any work else. He doesn't know anything. If you leave him Rajwar, he cannot return to his house. कुछ भी नहीं पढ़े के सिवा उसको कुछ आता ही नहीं. बचपन से पढ़ रूम में बंद करके पढ़ा रहे. आड़की उक्का brain ही improve नहीं. By hearting brain. Logical thinking never improved. He never uses. So the students who gets more than 95% are dangerous to themselves only. Somebody काम को नहीं आता. 95% above he is getting means what is the meaning? He sacrificed total his life for studies. He doesn't know other than that. कुछ भी नहीं मालूम, दुनिया कुछ भी नहीं मालूम उसको. Best example myself only. My house was so strict that in my life I didn't go to film with my friends. अकेला कभी दोस्तों के साथ गया नहीं जा सकता तो ऐसा जाता. 24 hours school, come to the house means studies. That's it. Only studies. I have spent some nights where I used to study like this. नींद आती बोली. I studied like this also. निद्रा वस्तु. That's the reason I could able to dominate this type of physics subject. Where all are afraid of physics. Total India is afraid of. Total world is afraid of physics. But how I am able to manage such a subject without book, without anything else? I never carry book to my class. इतना चीज़ आप ऐसा बोल सकते हो तो because I spent total my life that. I don't know about outside things. अंत लाना चाहिए. अब थोड़ा सीखो मैं बाहर की चीज़. I don't know anything else. So that is the meaning. Why I am telling all this? You just see. 80% efficiency means what? 20% is not there. Input जितना दे उसका 80% is output आ. What does it mean actually? See, 80% of input means what? VP is equal to 80% of input is equal to VSIS. Only 80% of input is at the output. Means 80% of input is this much. So what he has given now, what he is asking us to find IP, no? So 80 by 100 into what is VP? 220 into IP. We don't know, we have to find it, isn't it? And what is V secondary? 440 into 2. Okay? So 220 1 times, 220 2 times. This is 0, this is 0. IP is equal to 4 into 10 by 8. Your answer is 5 amperes. Is it clear? And you may get confusion. 80% कई को सर input में लेना, output में ले सकते ना. See, if the efficiency of a transformer is 80%, means what? What is the meaning of that? I'll give one best example. Let me give one small example. I am explaining 100%, but whatever I explain, that is the input. That is the primary thing what I am doing. मैं जितना explain कर रहा हूँ उसका 80% तुम लोग एग्जाम में लिख सक रहे हो. समझ में आया? आउटपुट इज ओनली 80%. मीन्स मेरे से कितना लिए तुम? 80% ही लिए. 80% ही समझ में आ रहा. You understand only 80%. Means 80% of input. Whatever I am giving, in that 80% only at output. 80% output में कैसा लगा था तुम्हें? नहीं लगा सकते. Output is 80% of input, no? That means input कहाँ 80% कहाँ लगाते? Input में लगाते. समझ में आ रही बात? So this is the answer. Let us go for the next problem. Same problem. Now, a transformer used to light 100 watts and 110 volts lamp means you should remember one thing. Okay, these are all connected at the output. What is the power at the output? Power at the secondary 100 watts. And what is the voltage at the secondary? 110 volts. This is watts means power, volts means voltage. That's it. Lamp. Huh? From 220 volts main supply. Mains means input. Input is how much? Voltage at the power. That is input is 220 volts. Okay? Mains. If the main current is how much?
IP is equals to 0.0.
IP is equal to 0.5 amperes. That's it. Okay, percentage is asking. Right or not? He's asking us to find out the percentage. How much percentage is going to happen here? So what is the meaning of percentage here? Power output by power input. Means power at the secondary by power at the primary into 100. Okay? I explained 10 questions. You attempted 8 questions. So what is the percentage? 8 questions attempted, explained 10 questions into 100. So your marks are 80%. Did you understand what I am telling you? So that is called as your efficiency. तुम्हारी efficiency क्या है? 80%. 80 by 100 तुम्हारा efficiency है. So how will you get efficiency? Output presented by you and input given by me. That ratio is said to be efficiency. Understood or not? So efficiency you want to find out. So power at the secondary by power at the primary into 100. So power at the secondary is how much? 100 watts. Directly you can take. ये तो चुका टाइम पास के लिए दिया. जरूरत नहीं है ना आपने को पावर. वे करंट मालूम करते हैं. दीवाने को क्या जरूरत 500 waste. So voltage at the primary is how much?
220.
Primary P means BP IP no? इसका मतलब क्या पावर एट द प्राइमरी है IP VP. सो IP कितना 0.5 into 220 volts. ठीक है into 100. Yes, very good. You just do this one. How much you get? You get 90%. You just want to check it out. No, इसमें से पॉइंट चले गया, ये 0 हट गया. What's going to happen now? 5 ones. 520s. So what is left now? 2000 divided by 22. ठीक है? So 22 20 से तो नहीं जाता ना? 22 how many times? 9 times. How much you get? 9 2s are 18, 9 2s are 18, 19, 198. ठीक है? हाँ? 90. ठीक है ना? See. 1980. 22 into 90 कितना रहा देखो. 9 2s are 0 एक तो 0, 9 2s are 18, 9 2s are 18 means 90. 1980. 90 times. What is your percentage? 90% is there, isn't? Is it understood for you? Let us go for the next question. A transformer is having an efficiency of 90%. The transformer is having an efficiency of 90%. Is working. Okay, what is that? Let us see. So this is the primary. This is the secondary. What's going to happen? The transformer having an efficiency of 90%. 20 volts, 30 kilowatts power supply. So इधर नीचे इधर primary. What is this? Primary power is how much? 3 into 1000 watts. Kilo means 1000. Is it understood? 3 into 1000 means power at the primary is how much? 3000 watts. Okay? Power at the primary is this much. Voltage at the primary is given, but what is the use of that? क्या लिए काम को नहीं आता मेरे ख्याल से. It's no use of, isn't it? So what is there given in secondary? Power. Sorry. What is given here? Secondary.
Secondary coil. Yes.
IS is given as how much? 6 amperes across the secondary coil, and the current in the primary coil is respectively how much? क्या है?
Primary coil.
Okay, primary coil. What is that we have to find out here?
IP.
IP we have to find out. First we have to find out what is that? Current in the primary coil.
Secondary coil and primary coil.
Voltage across secondary coil we have to find out. Current in the primary coil also have to find out, isn't it? Two things we have to find out here. Yes? Is it? So now you should know one thing, that voltage at the primary, current at the primary is equal to power at the primary. Current at the primary is equal to power at the primary by voltage at the primary. So what is the power at the primary? 3000. Voltage at the primary is how much?
200 volts.
चलिए तो कितना बचा? 15. What is this? 15 amperes. 15 amperes. Okay. ये भी 15 है, ये भी 15 है, वो भी 15 है, और क्या है next? What you will do? So current in the primary is 15. What is that we have to find out here? Secondary. VS you have to find it, isn't it? VS you have to find it. And percentage is how much? 90%. That means 90 by 100 times of power at the primary is equal to IS VS is your formula. That's it. अगर प्राइमरी में पावर नहीं देके करंट दिया था तो करंट वोल्टेज दिया था तो पावर प्राइमरी के प्लेस में वीपी आईपी लिखते थे. क्या चलता हम लोग पावर डायरेक्ट दे दिया, पावर डाल दो. Now just here. Now power here, this is going to be this much. Power at the primary is equal to I. Yes, is 6. Huh? Okay. तो क्या मालूम करना है? VS ना? Okay, VS you have to find out. So 9 by 10 into power at the primary is how much? 3000 is equal to 6 into VS. Okay. So एक तो और एक जीरो चल गया यहाँ पर. 6 1s are 6 5s are 30. 9 5s are 45. 450 volts is the secondary voltage. Okay, so this is going to be the correct option, B option. Is it clear? Now, the primary and secondary transformer has how many turns?
50 and
50 and 1500 turns. Okay, so this is a primary coil, बहुत कम. Secondary में बहुत ज़्यादा. So this is a transformer, and here number of turns in the primary is going to be 50, and number of turns in the secondary is how much?
1500.
Now, what else is asking? If the magnetic flux linked with the primary coil is this much, so when you get a flux phi naught is equal to how much? Phi naught plus 40. Voltage at the primary you can find out now. It is nothing but d phi by dt. Okay, this is just phi naught. D phi by dt means this is constant. Okay, and 4 into dt by dt cancel. So what is the 4? So what are you going at now? You are getting voltage at the primary is also how much? 4 volts. Okay, so number of turns in the secondary is how much? 1500. Then what else is asking us to find out? Voltage across the secondary is asking. Voltage across the secondary is asking. Okay, this much. Now I told you one thing. What is that I have told you? Just tell me. I have told you that voltage at the secondary by voltage at the primary is equal to NS by NP. Did I tell? D phi by dt gets cancelled now? What is that now? So voltage at the secondary, this implies that voltage at the secondary, voltage at the primary is how much? 4. Number of turns is 1500. Divided by how much? 50. Over. ठीक है? Is it understood?